pretty eventful break. First off, when did you make the bet and the down to KD and Travis?
Well, I would say that it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of the NBL. I think that myself, the coaches, the players, everybody, management, ownership, we respect the league's view and everything that happened, and we accept everything, and we're ready to play basketball and move this season along to the last part of the last 3 quarters of the year.
I'm sure you're comfortable with the fans being a lifetime ban thrown in, because it seems like there's no place for that kind of behaviour in not just the NBL, but probably any basketball league around the world.
Yeah, I think that we just respect the tribunal's decision. That type of stuff is completely out of my wheelhouse on that, and we'll be a part of the NBL. We love the NBL, whatever they decide on this deal, and just ready to focus on the season.
Just on one more on that, was it a little bit frustrating at all how long and drawn out the process was? I feel like there was a lot of sentiment that...
No, not, I mean, I kind of focused on our players and focused on our guys, and really didn't even register to me, to be honest with you, the time, because we're in the FIBA break. So, I was working with the coaches, and we had a lot of guys that were here in town the whole time, and just practicing and doing our basketball thing.
If it wasn't the FIBA break, though, would it have been a distraction potentially with the game that KD's playing, Trez is playing, but the lingering ban may happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't happen. It wasn't something I had to worry about. How about that?
Sure. Does more need to be done, though, to protect the players on the court? Obviously, we've got people courtside that normally they're playing quite a price. Does more need to be done in terms of security to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen again?
Well, I just think that, it's a great product. As players and coaches and fans, we all have a role within the game, and all of us will stay in our roles, right? I mean, we're focused on playing basketball, and the fans pay their ticket price, and they get to do a lot of different things too. And what we need to do is focus on what the Sixers are doing and focus internally, and we'll let everything else happen. I'm sure all that stuff will take care of itself.
So was the message to the players then, knuckle down and forget about what's said by those in the seats?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just focused on the team, really. I mean, we've had some really, really good wins this year, right? We've also had some outcomes that haven't been exactly perfect. So for us in this situation as a basketball team is trying to, fix what we can control, which is how we're playing, how we're defending, how the offense is functioning. So us being internal and trying to get better over this break and how we're going to function and play as a team over the next few games, and then as we go over the last 16, 18, however long this thing goes, is the most important thing to the group.
How do you manufacture wins when you're obviously missing 2 of your prizes?
Yeah, well, we have a really veteran core group, right? We do have guys that have played a lot of us NBL games together. We'll rely on their experience, on how we function to handle, what we expect Tasmania to do. And that will fall on the shoulders of a lot of different guys. And we have a lot of different experiences there.
Do you tempted at all to change the style of play when a guy like Trez or KD comes out of the team? Do you go smaller? Do you look to go bigger? Is there any temptation to kind of tweak?
I think that there's a lot of different things on the board as we manufacture our offense and manufacture different lineups, right? Obviously, you've got a lot of points that are out of the game at the top of the lineup. We have guys that can function and score. We'll have to do it collectively. I think they know that we'll have to kind of rely on the group effort more, right? And I think we've been focused on those things and how we handle the things that Tasmania will do.
It seems like a big opportunity for some of the guys who are going to eat up some of those minutes as well.
Yeah.
Jason Kadeem potentially a little bit more. Has that been spoken about at all?
Well, I think always when you have a team, right, your role players are always wanting a bigger role and want to be able to do more things. And I think those are natural competitive instincts. And here is a chance for the guys that have really been working a lot, right? They do a lot of individual stuff. They do a lot of stuff in practice. They're going to get more minutes. They're going to get different type of roles. And us doing a collective job of trying to really play together against a really, really good opponent. Tasmania has played well here the last couple games, especially their last game before the break. They're getting a little more healthy. I think we know exactly who they are, and our group is focused on the things that they can do.
DJ performed really well with the Boomers. When did he get back, and has he been in training?
Yeah, he's been back a few days, and he practiced fully yesterday and did an individual on Wednesday, and he's fully integrated and ready to go.
You've obviously been very strong whenever you played at home this season, and sort of a different team away from home. I guess you don't really need to think of that fact until next week about how you fall away from home. But what is it about Entertainment Centre that sort of hyped you up?
It's our fans. It's our best fans in the league. Adelaide's been unbelievable. The way they pack that arena, the energy, the crowd, the noise. Our guys love it. There's a routine of playing at home. You're at home, you drive in, your locker's always the same. The basket you're warming up at's the same. There's those habits. So, and our home crowd has been unbelievable. We feel their energy. And for the most part in this league, teams play at home way better than they do on the road. It's like an 80% winning percentage at home, and we've got to do everything we can to protect that home court on Saturday night.
Don't want to hash too much on the past, but just with what Trez and KD have been through, how important is it to be rallying around those guys through the last week or so and going forward?
Well, we're a family. We're together every day for a long period, and you have your ups and your downs like every family deal. It's Thanksgiving in America today, so I'm thinking about everybody that would come to the house, and you have that big meal, and then at some point there's going to be some sort of argument within, mom and dad or grandpa or something, and those things always happen within your group. KD and Trez have been a huge part of our team. We miss them. We will carry on without them and do what we can and try to, hold this thing down, especially at home on Saturday night. And then when they get back, we're going to welcome them back to the group with open arms, and we can't wait to have them back. And we'll do everything we can in the meantime.
In terms of timing, you've had the break, so you've actually got a little bit more time to set up for working without them. Has that been an advantage? You needed that time?
DJ's going to be a big part of our team, and he practiced fully on, yesterday, and Latman, same thing. So, the group's been in town. We have been practicing. We kind of know what's ahead of us a little bit. And getting those guys back involved in practices was good. Today will be our next step forward. We're itching towards our prep and being ready to go on Saturday evening.
When will Trez and KD get back from America?
To be honest with you, I'm not the guy to ask on that one. We got to bring in Matt Weston on that one. I'm trying to do my job and just focus on the team right now. They'll be back early next week or whenever it is. I don't know. They'll be back in time to get here and be fully integrated and be ready to go when it's time for them to go.
How desperate were they to get back home now? You say you're a family, and that the family's argue. Was it sort of any conjecture about...
Both these guys would love to be right here today. They'd love to be here today. They'd like to be with us. So, as I said, everything happens, and we're playing basketball, and that's what it is, guys.
Halfway through the season, you've had this incident with the crowds. You were going to be coached, and now you're coach. Can the game throw anything more at you?
Absolutely. Right. Every time you think maybe you've seen it all, there's always a few more things. But, all those ups and downs and forming this group and going through wins and losses and how we played at home and how we played, that should help us as we go on, right? You're just bringing this group together every day. You're trying to move it together and move it ahead 1% every day so we can be, like I said in my very first press conference, we want to be the best version of the 36ers at the end of the year, and that's our goal. And as we move forward each day, this is an opportunity on Saturday night for other guys to play more minutes, to have different roles, and that will help us down the stretch also. In a different kind of way, Nick Marshall playing a completely different role or having more minutes, He had one really good game at home for us where he hit a big three late, and now he's going to have a different type of opportunity on Saturday night. And those things are going to be big for us in this group as we go down the stretch.
It's not a big holiday here, but Thanksgiving. Is there something you're thankful for this
Well, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for Grant and Matt and having giving me this opportunity to be a head coach and to lead this group. And it's been the relationships that we've formed already. And, like I keep saying, it's so important for us to just keep moving forward as a group. And we are doing that. And hopefully our results will show. Sometimes it won't show in wins and losses, but we are getting better. We are doing different things on offense and defense better that we know we're going to need as we get into different games down the stretch. And as long as we're improving, and I'm thankful for that. The group's been extremely coachable, so those have been really pleasant things.